Hello, welcome to For His Name's Sake. We're glad that you are here. Today, Valentine and I will be talking about the importance of waiting on the Lord. And we always usually start with scripture, so I'll let Valentine share a very famous scripture that everybody should know about waiting on the Lord.
From Isaiah?
Yes.
I think it's from Isaiah 40 or 41.
Sorry.
But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. And there are different Hebrew words for wait, but this one means to wait or to look for. It can also mean to hope and to expect. So when he says, but those who wait on the Lord, also means to hope on the Lord. If you're going to wait on someone, you're going to have a good expectation that you're going to get something in return.
Exactly, yeah.
And not always the way that you think it's going to be. You might not get it exactly the way that you want it, if at all. More likely, God will give you a greater sense of His presence at times, or His comfort, or a lesson.
Yes.
I just want to be clear on that.
Yeah, and along with that, I think there's like 3 different ways that He answers us. One is, we'll get an answer shortly. Believe it or not, that happens sometimes. Or it'll be as in wait on the Lord. It may not be it's just not yet. You'll get your answer, or we will get our answer, but it's just not yet. Some things need to happen before then. And God is a God of order. I've noticed everything is done in order, and it's done in perfect timing, not in our timing. And we've all heard the saying that says haste makes waste, so we should always wait on the Lord regardless. And I'm not a very patient person, so that's really hard. It's been hard on me to wait on the Lord's timing. And then sometimes it's our answers will be no. Whatever we're asking is just no. And that no may not happen right away. It may come over time, and then we'll see the picture clearly in front of us, like, oh wow, now I know why that didn't work out. Even though we wanted something to work out, I'm sure we've all been in that situation. I know I have. And then I think, wow, I'm so glad that didn't work out the way I was praying or the way I was hoping. And I'm glad that God just took care of it in His timing and in His way. And, here's another Bible verse that I'd like to share. It's in Psalm 27, verse 14. It says, wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and He shall strengthen your heart. Wait, I say, unto the Lord. That's it sounds pretty. It's like pretty poetry. Of course, anything from Psalm sounds like poetry, or it is poetry, I think.
I like how the psalmist repeated the wait.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah. And
there are lots of verses with the word wait on it. It was hard to pick and choose. But one of my favorites is from Lamentations chapter 3. Starting in verse 24, I'm going to start there. Jeremiah is saying, the Lord is my portion, says my soul. Therefore I hope in Him. The Lord is good to those who wait for Him, to the soul who seeks Him. It is good that one should hope and wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord. So first Jeremiah says, whatever happens, the Lord is my portion. I am satisfied in Him. What a beautiful thing that is to be. I've always struggled with contentment. And this homeless journey has really taught me that. I am not 100% there, but some days are better than others, but I am glad for the lessons God has taught me with contentment, and yet, yes, I'm going to be okay, and there are others worse off than you are. I am very blessed. And the most important thing is to know that God Himself is my portion. And really, we don't need anything else other than Him.
True. Mm-hmm.
And He also says we should hope and wait quietly. Like Mom was saying, haste makes waste. Don't do things out of even need or greed or whatever the situation may be.
Yes, and we all know the famous story of Sarah, Abraham and Sarah. Sarah wanted to have a child, and she couldn't conceive, and it was years and couldn't have a child. So what did she do? She took matters into her own hands. That's where the saying haste makes waste, and had her husband lay with her maidservant. And that's how we have Ishmael today. which is the Muslims, the Muslim population, or the Arab Muslims. So that's where that came from. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that's how we have another nation. So we should always. And then she got her child anyway. After that, after she went and did it her own way, then God blessed her with her own child. So
I mean, I can understand it's hard to wait, especially when she was already old. But at the same time, she did have that hope and promise that, yes, you will have a son. It was very specific.
Yeah.
I'm saying, I hope that if I'm ever given a promise like that, I would wait, knowing that what God says will be.
Yeah. Yes, I think you had some other examples of people that in the Bible who
did wait.
Either did wait or didn't wait. Yeah.
Well, David, it took him years to be on the throne even after he was anointed. I mean, he had to go through a lot. King Saul trying to kill him. Just a lot of situations until he was finally king on the throne. And even after that, he had issues. I mean, in our last video, you'll see the good, bad, and ugly men. And there I talk about how his son tried to conspire against him, take the throne from him. So that wasn't easy. And another person who waited was Joseph. In the book of Genesis, he had all these dreams of what he was going to be, and then his brother sold him to slavery. And just when that was going okay, because he was on good terms with the master, then he got put in prison for 2 years. So that's a long time to wait to see the promise fulfilled that God said was going to happen.
Yeah. Yes. That's right. Did you have any more to share, or is that pretty much it from the...
Well, we gave a lot of Old Testament examples. Yeah. I don't have a New Testament example right now, except for Jesus himself, who said that he doesn't do anything without the Father's will and permission. I know the two are one, but the Father is... Jesus is also the Son. So, he was always in the Father's will first. And in Galatians 6:9, it talks about don't grow weary doing good. So if you're in a situation like I keep doing what I'm supposed to do, but nothing is happening, don't grow weary doing good, because it says that you will reap a reward in the end.
Right.
So wait for that reward.
Yes, and I was just thinking, as you were mentioning New Testament, I was thinking about Paul the Apostle. Wasn't he in jail for
lots of times?
Numerous amounts of times, and he had to wait. Oh my goodness, I don't think I could do that. But yet he still continued to, go on and write letters to people at different churches, and did not give up his faith. It's amazing.
And we're very grateful to him because we have his letters.
Exactly, yes. And we just want to let you know that this topic was actually inspiration. Valentine came up with it based on something that we just recently went through, and we won't be too specific, just to protect situations and that kind of thing. But we actually were offered to stay with a family in Europe just recently because they felt sorry for us living in our truck. And of course, us being humans, this is where our humanly kind of flesh came out, like, yay, we don't have to be homeless anymore. We can go ahead and go to Europe, and where it's supposedly easier to find jobs, even as foreigners, and which I thought was interesting. But anyway, nevertheless, and it was going to be done, it seemed like it was going to be in a hasteful kind of a situation. It seemed that way. But then as we were praying about it, I felt like God was saying, wait, not now. Not necessarily no, although that's kind of how it ended, like, no, this is obviously not going to work out. But then in the end, I asked God, what were you trying to teach us from that? Why did this person come into our lives through email and offer the home to us, but then it ended with kind of like a, well, this is obviously not going to work out situation. I mean, it's just been kind of mind-boggling. But then I got my answer just yesterday, basically, and it was just basically saying, God was saying, not necessarily now, Martina. Just wait on me. And I thought, what for? I'm like this child, and I'm kind of like, just asking him constantly, why do I need to wait? What's the purpose? So, I know I'm not supposed to ask that. After all, I'm just the clay and he's the potter, right? So I'm not supposed to ask those kinds of questions, but that's where I get impatient. I want answers now. I want to know why we have to wait, and that kind of thing. So this was actually done on inspiration of a situation that and a lot of our topics do come from something that we've gone through, or someone else in our family has gone through, or what we've observed in churches, or that kind of thing. So that's life. So
we just do what the Lord's teaching us, and hope that through those experiences we have gained some wisdom, His wisdom, so we can pass it on to you.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And like I said, it doesn't mean that we're 100% there.
Right.
We're always going to be learning.
Yes, definitely.
Even after this talk, we're probably going to be tested about another waiting experience.
I think so. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Well, I know this was kind of short, but
I think that's okay, because it helps you to remember if it's short too.
Right.
So you can just focus on the one thing: to wait in the Lord. Haste makes waste. Know that God keeps His promises. And if you have been waiting years and years and years, and you just feel like nothing's happening, I don't know what to say except just pray, and pray that you will want God to be your portion. You have to pray to want it. I prayed those prayers before, like, God, I don't feel it, but please help me to feel it, or to accept this fact.
Yeah.
And help me to go on loving and serving you in spite of it, and to be thankful.
Right.
Because you don't want to grow bitter.
Exactly. Yeah.
And there have been times living in this city that we're living in, as you've seen previous videos, that it is hard to not grow bitter when you see constant corruption.
Corruption, yeah, that's the word.
So, it does take prayer.
Lots of prayer.
Lots of prayer.
Yeah.
I want to get out of this town, but I have to wait in the Lord's timing, if that is His will. So, leave your comments down below. Tell us how we could pray for you. And after, I think, the last video, we got new subscribers again. So, hello, welcome.
Hello.
I'm Valentine, by the way.
And I'm Martina.
And my dad, he sings with us, and he does shorts. Right now, he's through teaching the book of Revelation. I think he's almost done with that, though. But stay tuned. He always does a short. We do try to do videos every day. A song, and then the next day, a talk. Or whatever the Lord has planned.
Right. Yeah.
We also became eligible for us to have members, and we're very thankful for the ones that we have. Thank you so much for helping support us in our ministry. For those who don't know what that is, it's just a way for you to support us in our situation, and again, like I said, for the ministry. We give perks. We've done some fun pictures that you don't see on the channel, and other videos that are not made public, including original songs and such like that.
Yeah, and some outtakes or bloopers, as they call them these days. Yeah.
No, it's been fun.
Yeah.
But besides all that, thank you so much for being here. And we hope that you like, subscribe, click that notification bell. God bless you all. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.